Hey guys, bit noisy today, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to make a little video. I realized I don't think I've talked about my paths any, and I'm gonna kind of show you guys my plans for them. So right here, kind of see. So I laid in a few strips of this is St. Augustine grass, and it started spreading and growing, and that's kind of my test strip. I got about 20 feet of it here, and it's doing well. So I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and put that throughout the garden, and it's free if you've got any growing. I've got it growing a little bit around my house, so I just tear the runners off, and let me show you guys. So right here I got my big old bucket of grass, and I'm gonna take it and I rip furrows straight down the center of my rows, and I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna put those strips in the furrow and cover it up. The St. Augustine, I like it. It's hardy enough you can walk on it, but it's not like Bermuda, which kind of spreads underground and just gets into everything and takes over. As far as I can tell, the St. Augustine only spreads above ground, which makes it really easy to control, and it's not so hardy that it's hard to kill. If you want to kill it, you can literally just grab it and rip it out, and it's not a big deal getting rid of it. And here, even in the summertime, if I go a summer without watering it, it's probably all going to die, which that's not necessarily ideal, but I'm going to be watering the whole garden anyway, so as a byproduct it should just kind of grow all on its own and keep on living. But early spring here in Central Texas, we get a ridiculous amount of rain some years, and if it rains too much, you can't get in your garden. If it's just bare dirt paths, it just turns into a slop pit, and if you get a good layer of sod down, all the grass and the roots and everything will keep you up out of the mud, and it'll allow you to walk through your garden without destroying it. So that's my plan for my paths, and go ahead and get it planted. So with the St. Augustine, I found that you need to leave some tips poking out here and there. If you bury the strip completely and don't leave anything poking out, it won't grow. It'll actually smother it and just kill it off, which a lot of the grasses you can just bury them and they'll sprout up and take over, but this stuff is, make sure you leave some of the growth tips poking out. And if anywhere you see roots, you want to get those kind of as deep as you can. Make sure they stay moist, and this stuff will kind of die back a little bit and it'll look terrible, but within probably a few weeks it should just start doing a little bit of growing, and if we get some rain, it'll take off, and hopefully by next year we'll have some grass paths. I'm not sure how good that grass is going to do, because the top stuff was in pretty good shape, but lower in the bucket, it'd been in that bucket of water for about 3 days, and it kind of smelled like scummy swamp water. We'll see how healthy it is. I think it might pull through, but I'm about to finish watering this stuff in, and I wanted to show y'all, if you're dragging hoses, which usually I just kind of overhead water everything, but when I'm watering seeds or transplants, I use a hose just because it's only one specific area I'm really wanting to water heavily. So I'm going to be watering these grass strips real heavy, and if you're dragging hoses around corners, if you run a chunk of rebar or stake, whatever, into the ground when you're dragging, your hose isn't going to try to jump over your beds or tear your plants down. It'll just drag around that piece of rebar and make things a lot easier for you. And that's going to be it for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for watching.